What is up, everybody? We are back with another patch notes breakdown. This time we're going to be breaking down Season of Monsters, the Mana Core King bonus update. In other words, 10.2 bonus update. This is going to come out today, the release of the video, March 7th. I've been without power for a few days, so if you've been missing the streams, you didn't really miss them. I just didn't have power. So here we go. Just hopping right on in here. We're going to get 2 new god skins. We're going to have the Blood Raven Horus. Big Horus fan, excited to see him get a new skin. We're also going to have the Techno Basher Hoi Yi skin. Looking kind of nice. Excited to see what the effects look like on both of these skins once they come out in the game tomorrow. But let's hop right into the bonus balance. And first off, we're going to have the starter upgrade Heroism. It is going to receive a nerf. They said the effect no longer stacks with itself or other shields. If its shield is larger than the smaller shield, it will overtake it. If the shield is larger on another item or, one of the other relics or an ult, that would take place over the Heroism shield. They increased the cooldown from 8 seconds to 15 seconds, and they said the note that this item will be granting gold per 5 seconds in the 10.3 main update, not in this bonus update. So that's to come further. We are going to see the Mage ADC nerf. Praise it be, ADC players. You're finally going to stand a chance against a Mage ADC. I'm not saying it's going to be a heck of a lot different, but it's going to feel slightly better to play those hunters against these mages. And they're nerfing all of their core items, starting off with Telekines. Going to see a 5% attack speed decrease down to 15%. They're also going to decrease the basic attack damage from 10 plus 3 per level to 10 plus 2 per level. So again, slight adjustments there, attack speed and a little bit of damage nerf there on the Telekines ring. Then you have Cyclopean ring nerf. It's going to have 10 power taken away. They also decreased the percent max health damage from 8% to 7% of the item's passive. So again, this slight tweaks here are going to make it where hunter players have a little bit of a chance to play into these mages, where right now it is kind of difficult playing into Sol and Oleron and Freya sometimes. Then we're going to see the assassin class nerf. Talking about assassins have been just absolutely popping off in all sorts of games. You see them in multiple roles. So the idea on the dev note here is they said, hey, junglers are shown to continue high performance through the last set of nerfs. So we have another set. The first one will be especially impactful. Taking away pin from the entire class at level 1, even at a small amount, is going to have a big impact on their base damage output. In addition, they want to power nerf their items as well. So let's take a look at what these nerfs are going to be. First of all, the class passive, or that you get, they shifted the class penetration bonus from 5 plus 0.25 per level to 2 plus 0.4 per level, which is a pretty substantial difference here that we're going to see. And along with that, Jotuns, 5 power nerf. That's going to be on all the Jotuns. And that's going to feel kind of good. Jotuns is for that cooldown. Pretty much a core item that we've been seeing. I think this is going to be good. We'll see how this impacts. There's not a ton of changes other than that. They're not like looking at Crusher. They're looking at Brawlers. They're not looking at Titan's Bane or Heartseeker or any of those. They're specifically looking at Jotuns and that class change. But I do think the class passive change by itself is going to go a long way here. And then we're going to see the book nerf, because books go burr. Book of Toth decreased the magical power by 10. They also decreased the magical power from item mana from 7% to 6%. Do I think this was especially needed? No. Do I think this item has been absolutely built a metric ton? Yes. So I understand why they did that. Evolved Book of Toth obviously has the 10 decreased power, along with, instead of now is going to be power to item change is 10% to 8%. Another nerf coming through here is Tablet of Destinies, a controversial item, I guess you could say. You see some people just absolutely want to build in every build. They skip Divine. Divine is something you should buy. You have other people that don't like the item and they think it's only a tank item. So a lot of controversy around Tablet of Destinies. I'm a big hey, Divine Ruin's really good, especially into healing comps. So please at least build that if you're going to build this item. But here we are. Here we are talking about Tablet of Destinies, and they're going to decrease the bonus damage from 0.14% to 0.12% of your max mana as true damage per stack. That's a 0.02% change. But when you're talking about a lot of mana, that's going to be, a significant, to say the least. We're going to see a Gladiator Shield nerf. They decreased the bonus damage scaling from 35 to 30% of your protections. We've been seeing this item built a lot on gods that just build straight up all tank items, and they'll build one Glad Shield. And you know what to go along really good with that Glad Shield? Sundering Axe, which is also receiving a nerf. They decreased the percent current health bonus damage and healing from protection scaling to 2% to 1% of your total protections. So these two nerfs go in conjunction to kind of nerf that build where you just go Axe, Glad Shield, all tank items, and you still do a ton of damage. As a tank, this is going to nerf that. We've seen a nerf to this build and the mitigation nerf now. So tanks are kind of feeling it, but as an ADC player, I think this probably feels kind of good to you. ADCs have been in an especially wonky place as of late, and we haven't seen too many changes to their items or their passive. So I think this is a fair change. We'll kind of see how it plays out in the long run here. And then Tower Shield buff did get an increased physical prots from 15 to 30. That's going to feel kind of nice. Mercury. This god's been absolutely running it in jungle, literally and figuratively. They decreased the passive physical power bonus per unit traveled from 0.06% to 0.04%. They also decreased the max from 30% to 20%, as far as you want to do all the numbers there. And then they fixed a Mercury's ability text to describe that movement speed gained by all gods when leveling up to 7 is intended to count towards his passive. They also increased the cooldown of Made You Look by 1 second. So some pretty good nerfs there. I think this like takes Mercury off the table? Absolutely not. I think this god's just really good in the meta right now. He does really well on the map, and I think we continue to see him. Surtur, Emberwalk, they decreased max stacks of the movement speed buff from 4 to 3. They also decreased the slow from 20% to 15%. Pretty significant nerf to Emberwalk. I think is one of his best abilities. Maybe you don't take this as your, first or second pick here, but still think it's a good ability overall. Surtur's in a weird spot because I don't think he's overly OP from the little bit I've played against him, but we'll see how this pans out for Surtur, who is now, I believe, playable in ranked and comp. Heimdallr, they said they fixed an issue where his ability had a buff unintentionally reverted, so his piercing sight should deal 90 scaling to 310 base damage. And that's all your changes for the bonus balance for 10.2. Let me know what you think about these changes. What changes do you want to see in 10.3? And do you think Mage ADCs are still going to be as strong as can be? As always, this is Blaze McBain. Go check me out at twitch.tv/BaseMcBain or anywhere you can find me on Blaze McBain and the Up Your Experience podcast. And if you're really into Smite content and you want to listen to a Smite podcast, go check out Battleground of the Gods Smite podcast, where I co-host sometimes. Go check it out. Thanks, y'all. Peace out.